Okay, I'm Geodav, and in this video what we're going to try and do, well, I say in this video, in this set of videos, because it's not going to be quick and easy, we're going to find this mesh. Alright, you can see it's a normal iron guard mesh. Okay, we're going to extract it, bring it into Blender, grab the UT3 rig for Blender and skin it, texture. Well, I'm not going to actually put the textures and everything on there, but we're going to export a simple, well, not this animation because it's absolutely crud, but we're just going to export an animation to show the whole process. Now I'm doing this sort of like, I've had, as you can see here, a quick run through, yeah, and to show that it does work with Blender 2.3a. Now let's see, I'll show you. Splash screen, it's not saying A on there. Make sure you do have the A version. Okay, it's been released recently with quite a lot of bug fixes, so that's what we're going to need. Now you're going to sit there and say, how on earth has Geo got this iron guard mesh into Blender? And if I do this, his arms are moving, and is, well, I say sort of skinned it and put a little animation on it just to make sure that things are working. And trust me, I've made a few boo-boos along the way, but hey, that's life. So right, where do we have to go before we even get anywhere near this stage? Okay, right, the first thing, well, I'm going to split the video up into a few little pieces because it gets very monotonous and you don't want to be, well, if you watch my videos, you know they are monotonous, but okay, let's get on with it. Right, one of the things you are going to need to get that mesh and to get any other mesh out of a Unreal Engine game is you're going to have to go and find Gildor's homepage. Right, if you look up here at the top, you will see the address, or you just Google UE Viewer and you will find the links for this page. Okay, download it and put it wherever you wish. Now, as you can see down here, with the installation and all the rest of it, it's a command line operation. Yeah, you model exit path blah 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 blah. No. Okay, it's a fantastic tool. It works absolutely amazing, trust me. How I like at this point to mention the legal assets or the legal requirements for you, the end user. Any mesh that you extract from a commercial game, from an indie game, or even from a modification, it is not yours to use. Okay, you can look at it, you can see how it works using this. Still a grey zone whether the companies actually allow it. Okay, so don't go bleating around on the forum, say, oh, I've extracted this but I can't get it to work in my own game. No, it don't work that way. Okay, it's not your property, it's other people's property. If you're going to use this program, it's for personal use only. Okay, and that's all I use it for. And yes, I'm using it for an Unreal 3, well, Unreal Tournament 3 mesh, but you also get that mesh with UDK. Anyway, right, to carry on, it's a command line operation. If you don't like using the command lines, go for the GUI. Right, a guy called Fritz has made a GUI from it. Just download it, put it into the same folder, and off you go. Okay, quick more hype for Gildor on his homepage. You will also find here ActorX Importer. Now, if you've never used UE Viewer before, it actually exports or extracts. Let's see if I can find anything in there. No. If you read the README, if I remember rightly, and if you use it, and you go into the tutorials and all the rest of it, it will export a PSK and PSA files. Now, if you're a user of Max, or 3ds Max as I should say, you can use his ActorX Importer to import the PSA, PSK and PSA animations. Yeah, very nice. What is also done, and I believe with the permission of Epic, there's no link on it here at the moment, he's actually done a ActorX exporter version for Max 2012 and Maya 2012. You'll find it somewhere on his homepage. Let's have a quick look and see if I can see anything on here. No, but if you have a Google for it, I'm sure you'll find it somewhere. Okay, so I know he's done it because I saw it on the Epic forums, on the UDK forums. Anyway, once you've got your mesh and everything out, what you're going to also have to get is a correct rig. Now, I mention a lot of times when doing character animations or characters within UDK, I like to use the animations that are already there. Okay, because I'm lazy, and on the other side I also know they work. But to do this for Blender, we need I won't say an optimized, but a correct UT3 type rig for use in Blender. Now the reason I'll show you why in a minute, because it's not as easy as what we all think. But if you go to Steampunk Pirates mod, up there, code Google.com, just Google UT3 simple rig.blend and you will find a link to this page. Okay, and the thing that you need the most is the UT3 simple rig. Download that, save it somewhere safe. Now if you want, you can also go through their character tutorial for UT3. The setup is fairly much the same, okay, as UDK. It's just that in UDK you really need to do a little bit more, okay, and obviously these UV layouts for your textures are no longer applicable, yeah, not for UDK. Now it's very nice, they could have used my ones if they'd asked me, but we won't go into that. But they have been very kind enough to make the rig up for, well, make a Blender rig up for UT3, which also works for UDK. So you need these. Okay, now where was I? Let's go back in Blender. Yeah, okay. What we'll do is we'll start a new file. Now this is one of the things that, there we go, Blender's doing me head in. Now if we go and open, I've been playing with this a lot, trust me, the UT3 simple Blender rig. Wait for it. What's happened to me Blender? Well, this rig was actually made for Blender 2.49 alpha, okay, which is a little bit like, looks like this. If you're an old Blender user, you'll go yeah, been there, done that. If you're a new Blender user, you'll go panic. Alright, so all we have to do is new startup file, fine, but we still need the stuff that's in that file. So all we have to do is go on to File, Append. As you can see, I've done this a few minutes ago. Go back to your UT3 Simple Rig Blend file, click on that, go on to Object, not Mesh or anything else, go on to Object, and we just want the actual rig. We don't want all the bits and pieces that go with it, we want the actual rig, which is in this case for Blender armature. So we click on that, link append from library, and here we go. Look at that, eh? Lots of little dots and you can't see anything. This is purely because the bones are quite small. If I zoom in, and if you've noticed anything with the UT3 rig or UDK rig, whichever you want to call it, the orientation of the bones is quite strange and doesn't sort of like match up with Blender. Now let me just have a quick slug. So what do we want to do now? Well, the first thing you want to do is, because we're using a newer version of Blender, see it says over there, you fool. Anyway, is save as. Now I'm going to where is he? There he is. Now as you can see, I've done this before. Save as, yeah. Right, we've now got a rig that works. Does it? Well, trust me, it does at this moment. Next thing we need to do is to go down here in your tool set, import PSK PSA. Now believe you me, a lot of people will say that's not there. It does. It will appear at some stage. You've got to have something in here. You've got to have for some reason some object, whether even if it's a box or whatever, for that to appear. But anyway, once you've got that up, go onto your PSK, and what we're going to do is we're going to have a look in, wherever put it, look in C, UT3 stuff. Now using Gildor's UE viewer, you can have a look at a lot of stuff. Now as you can see here, you got Crete, Spider Ant, Skag, Crab. What else was there? I noticed something. Vehicle, Hopper, Lancer, Runner, Salt Racer, Borderlands. Oh, sorry, wrong game. Right. So what we want is the Iron Guard male. This is one that I've extracted. You go into the skeletal mesh and go onto that, and in we go. Now as you can see, it is imported the mesh absolutely perfect. It is sitting absolutely perfect on this rig that we've just got from Steampunk Pirates. Not quite, guys. If I zoom out, I don't know whether you'll be able to see this on the video, alright, but if I zoom out, you got this rig, and trust me, that is a rig, which has gone extremely out of size, out of scale, and all the rest of it. Now if I come down here, you will see it's called ARM. Yeah, for some reason it's called itself ARM. Now we make sure we select it, go delete, and get rid of it completely. So you've just got the armature that we got from the Steampunks, the test object, which is what the name comes in as, and we're happy. Alright, and that's where you save. You do your first save. Okay. Now the second thing you do is, once you've saved it, I'm not going to do it because you've seen me, I've done this quite a bit. I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger. Once everything's in, you will see that it's got all these vertex groups already in there, and you're thinking, yes, I don't have to do it all. Wrong. if you use this as it is, alright, you're gonna have problems. How do I know? Because I done it last night. I thought, hey, here we go, laughing. Wrong. So what do you do? Because I thought we got all the skinning, the vertex groups and everything in there all nice and Larry, it's going to be easy. Wrong, it didn't. You can try it, and if it goes wrong, don't come crying to me. So what you want to do is go into the object data with the test object selected, object data, delete all your vertex groups. There might be a quicker way to do this. I'm debating. Alright, and then we go into modifiers, new, constraints, new. Right, that's fine. Okay, so we're happy now. We've now got a clean mesh to put onto our armature. Now before, I'm going to get ahead of myself again, but before you get to all that done, I'm not going to do this because I've covered it in other videos. Yeah, is, well, what I'll do, I'll leave it here for the moment. Okay, so we've got the mesh in, we've got the rig set up, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop the video now, and in the next video I'm going to look at things like the materials. Right, now you want to get everything set up before you go into rigging. Okay, so I'll stop now and then I'll start again and do the videos for the materials, and hopefully everything on the fly, me messing up and getting it all wrong as normal, but we'll see. Okay, right, let's just